So we just moved into a house. It's been a while since I set up networks for a home. I remember doing all this used to be complicated. I figured I would have to configure something to set this switch up. I was surprised that all I needed to do was plug it in, and we were in business. No setting up. No CD to run, no configuration. Nothing. Love it. Plugged in the power. The LAN Cat5 cable from the modem to the port 1 on the switch. Then we were good to go. The switch is made of metal and does not feel cheap at all. Definitely makes sense that this is advertised for businesses. If this review was useful, please click yes below. Smile. Use this to replace multiple older gigabit switches, works very well and has great throughput with a 400 Mbps internet connection from router. Seems to be well made. Amber lights only operate on this model when 10 or 100 Mbit devices are connected, so that's a nice feature to pick out slower attached devices. I was already in the attic running Cat5e cable for some PO cameras and had a lot of Cat5e left over, so I decided to run Ethernet ports to every room. I'm using a Netgear router, non-mesh, to cover around 2,200 square feet, and it just doesn't reach the back office very well, and my Plex server in the living room doesn't like Wi-Fi either. About 2 years ago I got some TP-Link powerline adapters and they've been serving me pretty well. The first speed test after getting the office wired up have been quite encouraging. 234% speed improvement. Not shabby. The switch is mounted in the garage attic, trying to limit the length of my runs a bit. So far, very happy. I've had some TP-Link unmanaged switches that work like champs, and I needed a managed switch so I could trunk my primary switch and provide VLAN access to a device. So far the T1500G8T is working fine, supports trunking, VLAN, IPv6, which was a key for future use, and is fairly easy to manage via the web gateway. I also really like that it can be powered by a PO, which frees up a power plug. I had to run the firmware upgrade twice in order for it to take, but once done it was good to go with a few caveats listed below. I had some issues using DHCP, had a reservation. As soon as you clicked save it just spun and the GUI was inaccessible, so I couldn't save the config. I also use a different address scheme than the one used by default on the switch. I ended up going with static assignment, which is fine and pretty standard practice. This isn't an L3 switch either, only features in that category are DHCP related, relay, etc. Click the link under this video for more details, reviews and current pricing.